Well, hello, welcome to I Love Gay today. And we are in Los Angeles and today. We're here with NiK Kacy. How are you, Nick?
Hi, Matt. How are you? I love gay too.
We love it all. The L, the G, the B, the T, all of them in between.
Yes.
But thanks for being here. I love what you're doing. I saw the press release and some of the story, but you've got an event that's I think now in its second year, the Queer Prom coming up, right?
Yeah. So Queer Prom was something that was created to support and fundraise for Equality Fashion Week.
Yeah.
And so last year we were trying to figure out like what can we do to raise money, especially after the pandemic. We were on hiatus and we wanted to keep everybody safe and healthy.
Yeah.
But it was time to start thinking about reopening again, and with a venue that Equality Fashion Week brings over like 700 people. The last time we had it in 2019 was like 750 people.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure that we do it right and we keep everyone healthy. So we decided on Queer Prom, and it was great because it was, I think at that time, the only queer event that was happening that nobody got COVID at. So that was a
That's
milestone for
admirable.
me. Yeah, exactly. I was like, yes. Yeah, we took every precaution, and that's something that's very important to me is not only creating elevated events that help representation and visibility, but to keep us safe as well.
Yeah. I think it's kind of cool. I'm being from LA, but now I live in the New York area. And I do love the fact that it's themed behind the velvet rope with a Studio 54 theme. So you kind of bring it a little of New York back over to LA.
Exactly. I grew up in New York myself, actually, in Queens. And so I grew up really um wishing I could have gone to Studio 54. And in fact, recently when my mom came to visit from New York, and we were talking about Studio 54 for Queer Prom, and she actually went. When I was little, I guess she went partying at Studio 54,
Wow.
and that's really cool. I never knew.
You have one of
And
the cool moms.
I know, apparently, yeah, I have a very, very cool mom. She's a total fashionista, which makes sense as to like why I happen to be in what I'm in now.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, to me, I picked that theme because last year was all about reliving this kind of nostalgia of high school,
Mhm.
and it was very Breakfast Club themed. And we had the whole student council, we had, prom committee and all that. This year, I really wanted to go the opposite direction and make it very like adult themed because we've just been going through so much crap,
Yeah.
as a country, as a community, and it's hard. I think psychologically from an emotional health standpoint that like we continue to struggle so much with feeling like the world doesn't accept us, doesn't love us for who we are, is trying to take away our rights, is trying to erase us.
Yeah.
And it just really brought me back to the time of Studio 54 when there was the Vietnam War, there was the AIDS epidemic, and people, despite all of that,
Yeah.
struggle, people could just like go to Studio 54 and for a night forget about everything else that was happening and dance their butts off, and it didn't matter if you were Houston or Bianca Jagger or like the plumber down the block, like everybody was just having a great time together,
Yeah.
and it didn't matter who you loved or what your identity was. It was a safe place for people to just be their authentic selves.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to channel this year for prom is I know that we can be together safely in an authentic space
Mhm.
and be ourselves, but like can we also put all of our struggles aside because we need it. Like we need to just kind of like let ourselves relax for a night
Yeah.
and just have fun, and bring our community together in unity because there sometimes the struggles we face against the world causes a lot of strife within our own communities, right? And creates a lot of division. And so everything that I produce is always about creating that community, bringing us all together, honoring ourselves and celebrating each other.
That's wonderful. I sometimes try to remind folks that we have much more in common than we have differences, but we always focus on the differences.
Right? Yeah. And I think that's a large part due to the people outside of our community trying to create that division amongst
Yeah.
us because we are stronger together. So when they create the division, we
Yeah.
become weaker.
Yeah. No, good point. But no, you've got what I love about it is that the event is June 1st, but it's you're kind of kicking off. You're part of the WeHo Pride programming, and so you're kind of kicking off Pride Month for West Hollywood.
Exactly. We're really fortunate one to get the venue, which is the West Hollywood edition, to generously donate their space, which is this underground nightclub that they have created by the actual co-founder of the original Studio 54, Ian Schrager.
Yeah.
And so the when I had been looking for a location for this theme, I looked up disco balls,
Yeah.
and
Sure.
their club, which is the Sunset at Edition, was the first place that popped up with just like a whole ceiling of disco balls. And I immediately was like, this is it. This is
Yeah.
exactly where I want to be. And I can only be here. And it's so funny because I didn't even know that it was created by Ian Schrager,
Yeah.
but I just knew that the vibe was exactly the vibe I was going for. And it took me months to get them to finally respond. And finally when I got in touch with them, which happened to be by chance because I just like guessed emails because I
Yeah.
couldn't get a hold of anyone.
Yeah.
So I finally got their manager of events. And yeah, long story short, here we are now, and I'm
Yeah.
so excited to partner with them. And of course, the city of West Hollywood is their second year sponsoring us as part of their We Hope Pride programming. And I just really want to start off Pride Month like on the right foot, no pun intended with my brand. But it's really always about like walking our own authentic way and making sure we start off Pride Month because we live Pride every day, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And Pride Month is really more about like getting the rest of the world in line with us and like honoring us and celebrating us, but also recognizing that there's still so much discrimination that exists and so much hate and so much rolling back in so many states, with anti-LGBT legislation. So yeah, it's a lot this year. It's a lot.
Well, what I love is back when you mentioned your footwear company. That's also near and dear to my heart. The whole you're a LGBT certified business with the NGLCC, and we are as well. And we've been a part of all that for many years. That whole and so I love the fact that you do everything you've described, but you're a small business person here.
I am, yeah. I've been doing this. I created my company in 2013, so it's been 10 years.
Yeah,
And I've been certified, I think, for almost 10 years.
yeah, yeah,
Um, I'm part of the NGLCC's transgender inclusive task force. Been a member of that for a few years now, and I love everything that they're doing.
yeah,
And I'm a big believer in community
yeah.
and making sure that we create access for everyone.
Excellent. Well, I think it's amazing, and mostly I'm really glad that you were able to take a few moments of your time and kind of share a bit of your story with our audience here.
Thank you so much, Matt. I'm super excited to share the story with everyone. I hope that I'll see you all at Queer Prom.
Sounds fantastic. Thanks again.
Take care.
Feels good, so good.